Hi, so welcome back to my channel. This is video 3 of my bullet journals, and we really get it into the handmade one. In this one, this is 2020. I can't find the one for 2019, but we are using this again for this one, and this is the checkered book. Each of these will be considered what we call an insert. Now this is the traveler's notebook system, and this is basically my elastic to wrap around. It used to have, I bought a pair of these really cool funky earrings, and because I don't really wear costume jewelry, what I did was I used one of them as a charm for in the front. Now let's get into how I did the cover. The cover, as you can see, is laminated. So I really like this design, and what I did was I printed it on legal paper. So you can see here, this is where it overlapped in the design and in the laminating. Now this is very old, so it will be broken apart because wear and tear and actually using it. Now this is where the overlap is, so it got wet and it discolored, but basically this is what it would have looked like. I left the edges to be here like a border, and so for this one here, I made the holes. Here is where I put the grommet. I did not put any for these because this was supposed to be a temporary design, but it ended up staying for the rest of the year. Now what I did was this is construction paper, red construction paper, and then this is the rest of the design. So what I did was put this in a laminating pouch, and after I ran it through, I took an X-Acto knife and then I sliced it, and I was able to have a pocket. And this pocket is fully functional. And what I did was, the side that did not have the pocket, I put it in between a book. So this is like our book, and what I did was slide it in over here so it could be a pocket in front and the back of the book, like this. Now this is how I did the bullet journals inserts for this year. So what I did was, this is a doily and it's on brown paper that I papered the book with, and that's it. Simple. Now I was going for each book being different, where one would be covered in brown paper with a unique design, and the other one would be one that is covered in gift paper. Because gift paper is cheap, you can get it at almost any pharmacy, and it will be easy to use. Now I had saved up brown paper, and I used this in the spreads, and then I got some like funky printables on the internet, like free printables from designers, and I used it where I would cut it out and then color it and insert it, so it really looks vintage. And this is what it looks like. So this is by Naomi Lord. I love her work. I just printed it and I stuck it here, and I wrote, you know, who it was by, so if anybody looked at it, they knew who the artist was. And I just did some metallic in black here, some stars and stuff to make it really look celestial. So as usual, I stuck a photo of myself, and this book would really feature heavy on artwork done by Naomi Lord. And here we have some lantern washi tapes. So this one was really cute. These are things that we got off Pinterest, or like the retro look stuff. And what I did was, when I printed it, I went in with some gold metallic, so it's very, very shiny, and it looks really gilded. So here, this is one that I drew. I attempted to draw, and I cut it out so it looks like a sticker, and stuck it in and went in with that metallic. Now this is some alcohol markers, so watercolor will not take on this. So what I did was, I put some, just smeared each of the different colors on some Ziploc, and then I transferred it onto here, and then I hand letter over it. so that way it gives you a fake watercolor look. So I didn't have watercolor paints at this time, and it came out on the next side. So what I did was I just drew some wildflowers, and that is really going to be the theme for this book. And this was a sticker, so my husband got me some stickers, and that is what I did. I stuck it in it. And this is a feature from our wedding. Again, it will feature in all of my books because we have a lot even up until today, so it will continue to be a feature. And here I really had my January goals. Now I split it into the mind, body, soul, work, and my marriage, because those are things that was important to me. And if it is that I didn't complete the goal, I just put an arrow stating that it went to the next month or so to work on. And yeah, so more Naomi Lord art, and I really love this one. This one was inspired by Christy Malin, and she did this in one of her journals, and I really love the celestial theme. And for me, I love the moon and star, so that is kind of like what I did. So this is washi tape that is gold dots, and then this was a plain washi tape, and I just drew on it so that it looks like wildflowers. And so obviously each spread or each month definitely needs a master task list, because I find it was easier to have a master task list and then at the end write the date that it was completed. So even though it doesn't have a set date, at least I know when it was completed. And again, wildflowers with the gold pen. So this is another one, and really I try to keep it very minimalist. As you can see, again, another artwork by Naomi Lord. That is Chang'e, the Chinese moon goddess. And that's it, I think, for this one. Yeah. Oh no, that's not it. So these, you can see that this, you know, the wildflower and Naomi Lord's artwork is there. Again, this is where I did the sort of scrapbooking and stuck in the program for the family reunion. More Naomi Lord. Artemis. So she's one of my favorite goddess at the time, so I definitely had to include her, and it was really nice. I hope to one day be able to actually support this artist and get something commissioned from her. So this is so cute. And then this was the cover for the next month of February. So they continued with the spread for the goals, and here we go, the spread of with the goddesses. So this was really fun to do, this habit tracker, and the cover for it, or the sideline for it, was basically things that came off Pinterest. There are a lot of printable bullet journal things, and I really like this one. This was just brown paper, and again, some things I just printed out and I colored it in to make it look like picture frames. And this was really, you know, it really allows you to be, you know, cutesy and really creative in how you want it to do. Okay, so I'm just gonna take out the individual books and show you it. So this is the second one where I used gift paper instead of brown paper, and then I continued with printing. So I printed these on glossy printed photo paper. So this is really pretty. I got this printed as well, and then we continue with getting some more Naomi Lord art. And here I tried to do my habit tracker differently. So I tried to track things by the day, like the water intake and such, but it really was not for me, that one. Okay, so this is one of my favorites. So I love including recipes, and this was a recipe for tea, and then I got some more photos to add with the cozy theme of having a masala chai. So these again were things that you can get printable off Pinterest and just really put it in there however you want. More wildflowers, and I really like the idea of the tags. The tags, they look really cute. So again, these are printables from off Pinterest. So this, you know, it was different accordingly, according to my mood and what I liked. And of course, Toothless had to be featured. This is one of my favorite dragons. And then I got this washi tape that I believe is like cherry blossoms, and it's one of my favorite flowers, so I included it with my gratitude. And again, more Naomi Lord art. I am obsessed with her art, and I really can't wait to be able to afford it. And that is it for this one, basically continuing with the spreads. So again, this one is a mixture of things from Pinterest, hand-drawn flowers, and you know, just to really get the theme going. And this is the end of this one. Now this is the other book. I did not do anything with it, but this is the other book, and this really doesn't have much in it. Like, it's very minimalist compared to the other themes. And this is usually because at that point in time I may have been busy, or I may not have been in the best of minds mindset mentally and emotionally. So this was a Ramadan tracker theme that I was attempting. Did not work out too great in my opinion, but I'm really fond of this one because it's all floral. So I got some stickers, and you know, this typewriter photo from off Pinterest, and the ripped brown paper, and a quote. And really, these things, you know, really help elevate the spread. Is putting gold glitter pens around it to really give it some dimensions. So this is my cat. He's just here. This is Orion. He is very curious as to what I'm doing here with all these things. So he is making his rounds. Now for this one, this cover was inserted quite similarly to the other pocket. However, this is a transparent book cover. So what I did was I put 2 holes in it, and I passed the elastic through it, so that way it will be a cover for the book. So you can see this one has a gift paper, and then for it I just have a pocket here that I can use on both sides. And really, this is cool and innovative. I think that people can use in their own setups. So this was, yeah, this one didn't really have much things in it. And continue it. So this was really fun to do, collecting gift paper. So I got this sticker pack from a vendor that was starting to sell stationery and stickers, and it was like steampunk florals. So that was the theme for this book. And one of the things that I love, this is one of my favorite spreads. So these are hand-drawn sunflower quotes, and then I write on things here, and these are markers. So really, and this is, everything was hand-drawn to really give it that boho summer feel. And then I went in, so you can see the dimensions in the sunflowers. So these are one of my favorite flowers as well, and the spreads are just basic with sunflowers in them. So this is one where I did it on some brown paper, and it really continues with the hand-drawn elements and pollen, you know, around for the theme. How cute is this little butterfly? And again, continuing with the sunflower spread. And this is another one. And another one. And yeah, so this one is a wildflower. So really you can create a shadow box and, you know, put it in here so it looks really funky and unique. And I really think that, you know, hand drawing them is time consuming, but usually what happened was these were drawn in after I completed the spreads, simply because I did not know how much space a spread would have taken, and it really allowed me to come back in and be creative. So I'm not sure who inspired it, but it's one of my favorite YouTubers. So this is just continuing with the black and gold and white design and for August. So this is really where I got into using the steampunk flowers. So you can see the steampunk elements, the florals, brown paper, and just some dots to really elevate it. And that theme continued for all of the spreads. So this is what you know, my spreads look like. They're pretty basic, very minimalist, not much to it. So this is another one. I'm really proud of these. And yeah, so this was another one, and this was another one. So I tried to recreate the feather from the cover page, and then this is like, it gets more steampunk with the clock and the key. And this was really cool to do because this was a sticker, and you know, I just continued, you know, some floral, some, you know, leaf elements and whatnot, and everything is gold, so it's really glittery. And then here we have this one, kind of minimalist, but it's there. I think I was just like all punked out, like I didn't know what to do at that point. But yeah, so then this one is the September, cute, the cat and the having his own grimoire. So this was inspired by an Archer and Olive design, and I try to mimic it with paint. So this is mixed media with pens, paint and markers to really give this design. Yeah. And what I have here is some stamps that I made with some Speedy Carve, which is like a pink rubber, and that is what I did for that month. Yeah, everything else is pretty basic. You can see not much to it, simple, functional. And this was another one that I did, a stamp, and it's for my September Lilies line stationery. Basically it's handmade notebooks and journals, so those will be featured in the other video. So this is an example of one of those printables that I got off Pinterest, and you can see I just used it however I wanted to. This was a sticker that I designed because pumpkin spice and everything nice, because September is my favorite month and pumpkin spice is something that I love. So yeah, I just included it, you know, in my spread. And yeah, that is it for this one. I don't have any more, simply because it would have been where I misplaced some of these in using them, because I would have used them individually for possibility, but I think I have some in storage as well. So until my next video, bye bye.